Okay, so we're gonna be watching Moira in Gold. I eat soap on Paraiso. This is what I eat soap said. I made Moira. I want opinions on my game sense and playstyle since I play Moira. Aim really isn't of the essence, but I want to know if I'm heal spraying and life stealing well, how my fades are. I have some pretty crappy ones, and if I'm using correct orbs at the correct time. I've only played this game since about a week after Overwatch 2 release, so you're a new player. Welcome. And unlock comps several weeks ago, maybe even a month. P.S. My tank was on crack, so I tried to adapt to his playstyle. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. For starters, you have Moira with Ryan, which is a pretty good option. He's definitely one of the better tanks for Moira to be playing with. You can really enable him to do a lot, right? Assuming he can get to the enemy. That's kind of problem number one, but certainly once he gets there, you can keep him up really, really easily. You have a Zen, which is okay. Zen might need peeling, which is a little tricky for you to do unless you are within fade distance, but Zen can just add damage. Then you have a Genji. Genji's kind of tough for you to heal. He has to come back for heals. Not ideal. Like if you're a Kiriko or you're a Zen or you're an Ana or you're a Mercy, I think it's a lot easier for you to heal the Genji. And then there's also a Widow. Similar deal to Genji is that you're often not going to be able to heal your Widow or rescue her. So this is like not a great comp for you to be running Mercy in, right? I think that Kiriko would be totally fine here. I think Ana would be fine here. I think that Mercy would be okay here. Runs like a damage healing, but Mercy would even be okay here, but it's not ideal for Moira. That doesn't mean you shouldn't play Moira. It doesn't mean you can't win games by any means. I'm just pointing out from like a composition perspective, it's not that strong for Moira. Anyway, let's play this. So as general tips from Moira, I would say, in this lineup especially, you're basically be pocketing your tank like 100% of the time. Like you should always be within healing range of your tank, unless you are fading in to try to get a kill. And I think at your level, you probably don't have a good sense of when to do that. So I would say by default, just stay with your tank, keep your tank healed at all times, and don't die. Once you get coalescence, you can make some plays as well. All right, so they're playing low ground, which is a huge mistake. Okay, so just number one, you made a mistake right here, right? You walk through, you immediately drop to 95 health. You could have died here very easily, right? Just by walking forward in this choke and just eating spam damage, and then you're staggered, right? Then your tank, if your tank is not smart, walks forward and then they die, and then you respawn, and then you walk forward and you die, and then your tank spawns and they walk forward and they die, and that's how you waste 2 minutes of your life non-stop staggering. Don't do stuff like this. There's no reason to walk in front of the Rhine shield. Just stay behind the Rhine. Also, look at how much healing you're giving a Rhine that is full health. Right? Let's watch it from the beginning. In fact, we can just look up here. Okay, you walk forward. You're gonna eat some damage. Great. You're right. Not damage. 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 Okay, great. You're already used 40% of your bar and healed zero. Literally zero damage that you healed right here, and you've wasted 40% of your bar already, and you're already at 8. Now you're dropped to 80 health. Again, you'll easily die from this, and you're down to 50 health. This is absolutely crazy. Now you faded and you've gone back into the open. You're 35. You should die for this. Like, there's I don't know what your plan is. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna poke at them, they poke way better than you do. There's no reason to be doing this. Just follow your Rhine, right? Just follow your Rhine to the left. You took so much damage here. Now wasting a ton of healing, right? Notice that your Rhine didn't even get healed until just now. You just have gone through a ton of charge without doing virtually. You've healed maybe 50 health so far total. Okay, you're trying to heal your Genji. Okay, again, like way too much healing that is not hitting your Genji. Like fading back into the open defeats the whole purpose, right? Okay, again, lots of healing that's not hitting anything, right? You see your Genji there, right? Like this is not gonna heal him. This is gonna go over the top. Like your heals are not hitting him until like basically right then. So you just again wasted a ton of healing there. Okay, somehow. Alright, let's. I don't even know how this happened. Oh, wait, we're at the wrong where. That's why. I'm like, what the hell? How did you end up that side? Okay. So we're back to here. Like, notice how much we've already pointed out, and we're like in the first 15 seconds of the game. Like, your positioning is way off. Okay, so you're healing Genji up. Okay, follow your Rhine. Okay, again, heal your Rhine. Okay, good time to heal your Rhine. Right? You put healing orb there. So this is kind of complicated. I'm trying to debate how much I want to explain here. So, generally speaking, if you're under pressure, throw a healing orb. I think that's the default option. When you're under pressure, throw a healing orb. In all other scenarios, throw a damage orb. So you throw a damage orb when you're in neutral and you're trying to farm your ulti, okay? And you throw a damage orb when you're in like a 1v1 and you want to kill them, all right? In other scenarios where you're under pressure, throw a damage orb, right? It also gets you your charge back. right? So you threw that healing orb. The thing is, you didn't actually heal that much with that healing orb. Like, here's your Rhine, right? That would have been a great time to throw the healing orb, except you didn't have it, right? So that your Rhine could continue pushing. Because, like, ideally, what happens there is your Rhine keeps walking forward and then kills the team. Like, actually, that is like a totally legitimate scenario, is that you were able to pocket your Rhine the whole way. He walks forward and just kills. The three of them are just like point blank. He just walks forward and kills them all. Why doesn't that happen? Because you don't heal him, right? Because you're so busy, like, wasting your time trying to heal this Genji, who's off to the side, and you're not within healing range. Your Rhine starts taking it. He's swinging. This is right. Your Rhine is doing the right thing right now. He's swinging and dealing damage, and then he's like, wait, I'm not being healed, and then he backs up. If you keep your Rhine at full right there, he keeps swinging, and the fight is over. So there's something even as small as, like, it seems like such a small deal, but it's a big deal, right? Because your Ryan's like, I don't know what's going on behind me. He makes the right call, which is like, I'm not being healed. I have to back up, right? I have to get healing. So look at your Ryan's health right now, right? It's like, okay, he's missing half his health, but you pop the orb, and already the orb only heals like maybe 25% of the orb, but now it's flying away from him. So if you're gonna do that, you gotta target the orb more towards your Ryan so it stays on. That's not your fault. The Genji just got melted there. Okay, so again, you notice how low your charge is right now? That's again because you wasted so much spray at the beginning doing nothing, right? And now you throw a damage orb, which is like, okay, I mean, it's not going to kill anybody here. And then your Ryan dies, right? Again, if you had healing orb, you can keep him alive longer, but ultimately it's like 4-1. He's going to die here. And you know what, Fade? Don't try to live here, right? There's no way you're at 15 health. There's no way you're going to get away. Just die. Just like literally just stand still and die. Right? The longer you wait, the more staggered you're going to become. Okay. So, yeah, you're eating a ton of spam here. Right? You throw a damage orb. I would, again, be careful throwing damage orbs at Signal because he can eat them with Grasp. I would throw them like at a side or when he's not paying attention or when he's going to use Grasp. Right? Your Genji just eats the rock, right? That's why he gets hit here, even though he's deflecting. Heal your Genji. Right? You just saw him eat a rock. He's at 20, 50, 55 health right now. I don't know why you're not healing your Genji. He was like right next to you. Like let's back that up. Right? Genji's right here. He gets hit by the rock. He flies backwards. He's got 60 health right now. Okay. So turn on free cam, and let's just kind of watch. He's like, oh, I'm getting up. Oh, am I gonna get healed? Nope. Not he's following you. He's following you. He's looking for healing, and he doesn't get healing. You gotta recognize that. Like it's not like it happened to the side. Like you saw it the whole way. Like you saw him get rocked, and you saw the critical icon like on your screen right here. Right? You see this Genji get absolutely demolished. You not healing him prevents your Genji from doing anything for like the rest of this fight. Also, you heard the soldier kill your Widow above, so you don't need to worry about that. So you follow your Rhine in here, which is actually kind of an interesting option. I think this is the right call, all things considered, especially because that soldier's gonna be a problem with that. Okay, I think you did a good job there, staying alive, right? Keeping your Rhine up. This is all fine, right? I think throwing healing orb here is the right call, right? You just need to keep your Rhine up, and this is definitely gonna die. Cool. So you're gonna cap this, no problem. I don't know how this happened. I like the way it forced for 5 seconds, and somehow you're like in a one-on-one against a soldier. Okay, so you throw the damage orb there, which I sort of understand, except you can hear them coming. Like, they're never going to make it through this doorway. Like, your Rhine is a giant, incredibly dangerous target who's going to be pocketing me. They're never coming through this doorway. If they're coming anywhere, they're coming through top. Throwing this damage orb right now, I think is a bad idea. I think you hold on to this and figure out what's going to happen. Because if you damage orb right now, you can kill the soldier pretty quickly easily, right? Again, a soldier, the helix is the most important part. Like, you don't want to eat the helix. All right, they've popped beat now. Alright, I would be thinking, okay, like, let's just keep fighting. Is anyone else going to show up? I can go lessons if anybody shows up. They are not. Don't do this! Once again, you're playing in front of your Rhine, right? You, like, walk into people's faces as though it's like, oh, I bet you can't hit me. This is not going to work. I'm surprised this works in Gold 4, honestly. But, like, you're stuck right now, right? You fade. Like, don't do that. Like, a better Cassidy just 2-taps you there and you die, right? 3 body shots, or 2 body shots in the melee, or a headshot will kill you. Okay, so your Rhine just charges in there. That's not your fault. He just goes and dies. You can't do anything about that. Again, too much healing. So one of the things I strongly maybe this is advice to everybody. I strongly advise you to go wiki, like Google, like Moira Overwatch wiki, and look at the wiki page and look at the stat values for what all your things do. In particular, your heal over time, I think heals 50, right? If you tap it, just like literally a brief tap. Heals something like 50 or more, right? Like, this is so much overhealing right now, and you notice your gauge is already down below 50% because of this, right? A quick tap heals way more than you might imagine. It's just not as fast. But that's okay if you're not under a ton of pressure. Right? So you're taking way too much damage. So you're like a little too tunnel visioned on the healing right now, and you're getting killed by this Moira. Right? Keep healing, and then Moira just drops in your face. Okay. At which point I'm like, okay, I guess I right-click her or I fade, because I'm pretty low already. Right? Now you're very low, and now the Sigma shots are coming in, and your fade's available the whole time. You're not fading. Right? You clearly did not take this seriously, and now you're dead, and now you're staggered. Right? Your team dies because you aren't there, and then now it's like, oh, okay, do you go in? Thankfully, you do not go in. You're waiting for your team. Good. It's very, very dangerous. The switch can kill you very quickly there if he just turns the corner and helixes you. Okay, so you throw this damage orb, again, like, I know these, like, little things, but it matters, right? You throw your damage orb into the back of the cart instead of over the cart. As a result, it barely gets any value, right? It's flying right back. Also, you already have Coalescence right now. You really don't need to be farming for anything. Right? You have Coalescence, you have full bar, don't be throwing damage orbs randomly. Okay, your Ryan is full health. Right? It's like missing 50 health right now, and you're like spamming so much healing on him for no reason. Now you heal him. Okay, now they pop Coalescence. Great. I mean, this is a bad Coalescence. Like, you guys don't need to do anything. Okay, so your Zen pops Trance, which is unnecessary, but fine. Your Zen pops Trance. Now you go in. You're basically invulnerable in Trance, right? Unless you stand still and someone kills you with a headshot, right? Or they have, a junk tire or something else. You're functionally invulnerable in Trance. So find someone to kill, right? That Lucio would have been a good target because that Lucio is in the middle of 3 of you. So we'll play this back. Again, charges, try to kill Ryan. You're spraying from way too far away. You're right here. Okay, so the Moira's discorded, but the Moira gets a lot of healing with Coalescence. Compared to the Lucio here. It's like so fast. I like can't even rewind in time to get it. Right? This Lucio right here, slash this Cassidy right here, that's who I'm trying to kill. Wait, is that Cassidy? Or is that your cat? Yeah, Lucio's here. This soldier. Oh, it's your Cassidy. Okay. So I want to kill this Lucio, right? He's in the middle of 3 of us, like, and our Zen is trancing. Just kill him. Like, don't go back to the cart. What are you trying to do over here? Now you're stuck. You're gonna eat this. That's fine. All right, trance is over. Okay, now you pop Coalescence. Do you need this Coalescence? I think it's okay. I mean, the 4 of them are clustered. Your Ryan's there. I think this is okay to pop Coalescence here. Honestly, your Zen Trance was probably the bad one. Everybody popped bad ultis here, but this is actually probably the better ulti here. So, again, something to think about Coalescence. Coalescence actually doesn't do that much damage, right? It doesn't, if they sit in it for 4 seconds, it'll kill them, but otherwise, it doesn't do that much damage. I think for Coalescence, you're always thinking, how can I hit the enemy and hit my own team? So instead of trying to just run forward and chase these guys down, you want to play behind your Ryan, right? So the angle is like this. So you see how you can hit your Ryan and these 3 people? That's what you want to be doing. And you can keep this going nonstop, right? Like from here, just pivot to your right and just keep tracking them as they keep going. And eventually, maybe you hit that outrun your Ryan to finish off a kill, but that's fine. But at least for now, keep thinking, I want to be healing my Ryan as well. It's really important to maximize value from Coalescence, because otherwise it's not a very strong ability. The Coalescence image or animation disappeared, but we saw you do it. Okay, good. All right, this is a good kill. There's 4 people on cart right now, which is not necessary, but definitely you should be one of the people on the cart. Your Ryan has gone in. You're kind of AFK right now. I would have, kind of healed your Zen. All right, it's fine. You guys are probably gonna get this. So, kind of a problem. Your Ryan's like throwing there a bit. Again, you're like AFK, but like really you should have been playing on the front of the cart to get ready to go heal your Ryan. Ultimately, you couldn't have saved them because he just walked the 5 people, but this is what it is. So this right here is just kind of, I mean, like you faded in, so you don't really have any options here, but I think that was a dangerous play in general. Okay, so they visor, so you're trying to take cover. Okay, just going. I think we were trying to cover kind of cart. I mean, you're gonna die anyway. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to actually fight for your life, I think you go behind the cart because that's the closest cover to you. All right, we fast forward. They're somehow still here. Yeah, I'm just kind of shocked that this is a gold game. It does not feel like gold. right? Again, this is where I fade and fall in, right? You just saw your team. Your team has just gotten 2 kills. Your Ryan's charging in. I know your Ryan, like as you point out, your Ryan's kind of crazy, but like he's gonna be on top of their Sig. If you heal him, the Sig dies here. For sure the Sig dies here. You should fade in earlier, right? You see how you're slow on this fade, which prevents you from being able to really capitalize on this. Okay? The second I see this, I'm fading, right? And remember, jump at the end of your fade to get extra distance. Like, you don't jump, so if you got extra distance, you would be within healing range of your Ryan right now. Instead, you're just short, right? You see that the bar's not going up. You're not healing him until just now. Right? And again, now you're kind of low. But you're bursting it a little bit, so at least you got some idea of the healing ticks. This is your Ryan is throwing. I would not follow him into this. for exactly this reason. You had the opportunity to throw Healing Orb to potentially save yourself here. Right here, throw Healing Orb, right, and then juke, and maybe you survive, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're right through there by charging in. I mean, your Zen's fine. Like, you can see that your Zen is fine to the wall. Just follow your Ryan, right? Most important thing, follow your Ryan. Again, this Lucio, not your job to kill. This is not your job. As a Moira, it is not your job to get that kill, right? Your job is to keep your Ryan up, right? He shatters. Again, you don't need to be running. It's not like you do more damage when you're closer with Coalescence. You can just Coalescence him. Like, you see your Ryan is at half health here, right? Or I guess a little more than half. It's like, you can just Coalescence from right here. Just stand still. Just stand still, right? And then you can kill this guy and be healing your Ryan at the same time. And that way, you know, you get more value out of it, right? Always more value. Like, your Ryan's made, like, a couple bad decisions, but I think overall, I think your Ryan is, in fact, doing the right job, right? Which is that he's being aggressive, which is the right call. So, you're just not hitting him with the spray. Right? He lifts, you shift out of it, which is the right call, right? I think you shift out and then come back in, right? A really good play right there is when you come out, right before your fade ends, right? You shift out and then you come right back in right now and then you jump. Because that way you'll be closer to this guy to potentially save him. Because your Ryan's, you know your Ryan's not going to die there, right? Because he's still got a ton of health. Again, none of the healing that you just did. Double kill. None of the healing that you just did reached that Cassidy. I think you'd get a good feel for how far spray goes. Like, you see how far this gap is? Like, you're not even close to healing. You're like barely more than halfway to the Cassidy. Like, you're never got a chance to heal him. So you're just wasting your time, like, healing like that. Just accept that you're just not going to get the heal. Right? Do anything else. Heal your Ryan. Right? Damage Sigma, anything but that. Okay. Once again, you're just really far in front, right? You're at the leading edge right after this, right? Again, you see this junk. Back away. Like, you should immediately be like, this is a problem. You're tunnel visioning on your Ryan. You're like, oh, look, there's a junk right here. I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to instantly kill you. That's what's going to happen. And then you end up losing because of this? You end up losing because of that. So again, opportunities to save your Cassidy, which would have been tricky. Definitely opportunity to save your Ryan there pretty easily. I don't know if it still would result in the wins, but better than that for sure. All right, so they've gone Winston now. Again, what's your plan here? All right, are you a DPS? Is your job to make space? Is it to get picks? No, heal your team. You want to do this? Play another character, right? Play another role. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. At higher levels, I see a Moira coming towards me. I'm like, great. I'm going to kill the Moira. Like, it is really easy as Soldier to kill Moira. Like, crazy easy. Yeah, at this level with, you know, worse aim, right? Because obviously, you know, you auto-track and the Soldier doesn't. Worse aim and mechanics and decision-making, the Soldier's like, oh, I'm scared. Okay? Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have Rocket right now, but he's Heal Station. He just puts Heal Station down and just shoots you. You can't out-damage the Heal Station, right? Heal Station heals, I think, 40 health a second. Your right-click does 50 health a second. You're only doing a net of 10 damage a second. It will take you 20 seconds to kill him. And I guarantee you that even in gold, a Soldier with 20 seconds, granted, it doesn't actually last that long, but a Soldier with 10 seconds will kill you just with left clicks alone. Like, forget the helix. Just the left clicks alone will kill you. 100%. This is a bad idea for you to be challenging, right? You're learning bad habits by the fact that the soldier ran away. You're like, oh, no, I'm scared. No, the soldier just pop heal station, I kill you. Right? No problem. Even with damage orb, I 100% kill you. Zero fear there on my side. Okay. Hey, remember what I told you your job was this whole game? It was to heal your Rein, right? Like, #1 job across all the things is to pocket your Rein, who actually I think is doing a pretty good job. Quite frankly, he's actually kind of carrying this game, right? He's made multiple good plays, shatters, he makes space, generates pressure. He's already forced the other tank to switch to try to deal with him, and frankly, not to a good switch, right? Like, he's done a lot. Do you know what you're not doing? You're not healing the Rein. Your only other healer is a Zen, who's healing 30 health a second. You can heal 150. This is nuts, right? You're just throwing right here. Oh, look, your Rein's dead. And your Zen pops trance to try to save your Rein, but too late. Again, mistake by your Zen, caused by you not healing your Rein, right? You win this game. You win this game if you don't mess around, right? If you don't mess around and you just literally follow your Rein. Like, honestly, this is definitely one of the better Reins that I've seen at this level for sure. All you have to do is keep your Rein up. Right? Watch it from your Rein's perspective. Okay, looking. All right, Spire striking. Right? Okay, the Winston's here. He's going to save his backline. He's making the right call here, right? Charging? I don't know if that's the right call, but, like, he lands the pin. Great. This Winston's really dead. He kills the Winston. Dies. Wow. That's unfortunate. He just took 600 damage and got no healing, right? That was the last time. Okay, he got a little bit of spray healing, but like he was at full, so he didn't even need it. Right? Comes up here. He's at 457, 447, hits the Rein, for 330, still hasn't been healed. 300, still hasn't been healed. 250, still hasn't been like, how long is this period of time that he goes without healing? Right? Starting from when he first takes his damage. Like, I know it's probably like a little frustrating to like dwell on this, but like this is why people lose games. It's because you have a job and you don't do it. Right? He gets damage right now, right? At 659, he gets damage. He dies at 708, right? Your Rein went 9 seconds and killed the enemy tank without getting healed. As a tank player, I would find that unbelievably frustrating that I am not getting any help in this space. I'm like, what more do you want me to do? Right? It's not even like he's way out of position. This is easily savable from here. Okay? Well, let's figure out what you were doing in the course of those 10 seconds, right? Starting from 659. What valuable things you were doing. Oh, yes, fighting a soldier, which is not your job. Great, you did 100 damage to the soldier, who's going to get healed right away. Okay, hang out over here. Oh, you did 15, 20 damage, 30 damage there, maybe. Okay, you got 40 damage here. Okay, you're doing good. All right, going back here, right? You spent fade, which was really unnecessary. Like, you shouldn't have needed to fade. Like, I get you faded because you were low, but that was because of your bad positioning. Okay, you're healing back. Oh, look, your Rein's in, right? Again, whose job is it to heal your relatively low health backline? It's your Zen, right? That's what his Harmony is for. It's to heal the DPS, and it's to heal you, right? Whose job is to keep the tank up? Definitely not your Zen. Oh, look, your Rein's over there. Oh, your Rein's dead. Now your Zen's trances. This is a bad trance. Okay? Now, what is your team going to do with it? You don't have a tank, right? They don't have a tank either, so theoretically it's even, but in reality, your team is way too scared to advance, which makes sense. They have a Junkrat. And then your goal is, okay, I'm going to walk into the enemy team. And granted, you have Trance, but Trance is ending second now, right? It's 3-on-1 right now, and Junkrat's one of the best bursting heroes in the game. Okay, he obliterates you. You go backwards, right? You let your Zen die. You walk forwards again with 56 health, and you die. You did nothing. To be blunt, like, you didn't do anything here. And all you had to do was heal your Rein. Like, I know it seems like the most obvious, like, autopilot, like, doesn't require skill, and yet you're not doing it. Your Rein intelligently is like, okay, I gotta back up. I gotta wait for my Moira. Wait for your Moira. Okay, you're coming back here. Okay, you fade. Dangerous though. Like, you could be fading into a pretty bad situation. I think you just walk it, right? Your team's clearly not trying to fight right now. I just walk it and make sure fade's on, like, available. Having fade off cooldown is one of the top reasons you will die once, like, you get a better sense of positioning, right? If you play the way I say, which is like just play behind your Rein, you'll basically never die. Like, you'll have like 3 deaths a game. After that, as you climb, the only things you'll die to is when your fade is on cooldown. Okay? The other team will track when you use fade, and then they will kill you every time you use fade. Right? They will, like, obsessively watch you for when you fade, and then they will kill you. Okay. You're under pressure right now. Right? What's my advice for pressure? Throw heal orbs. Your heal orb heals 50% more than it does damage. The healing is more valuable, right? That damage, your damage orb does 200 damage. but split across as many people as it's touching. If it's 4 people, it does 50 damage to each of them, which is not a lot. That's like trivial. That's one tap of your left click will heal as much damage as all your damage orb, right, to 4 people. For perspective, it is really not a lot of damage, right? Which I'm sure you can tell because when you throw it, you don't see people like taking massive damage, right? They barely get touched by it. Okay, again, you're playing in front of your Rein, right? Your Rein comes out here, okay? Stay in the doorway, right? Come out a little bit, okay? I'm not going any further than this, right? You're still walking forward, walked way forward. Now your Rein's back in the room, but you're out here, which means you need to fade or you die. You fade into the corner. You fade and you stay in the corner, right? Granted, right? I think how did you actually get healed here? Did you throw a healing orb? Oh, you have a Kiriko. I was like, how did you get healed so much? Okay, you're definitely Kiriko. Okay. Now your Rein's in, right? Doing damage. You throw a damage orb, okay? To nothing. Okay? You save your Cassidy right here. Hey, do you remember what your job was? Oh yeah, healing your Rein, who is over there in their backline doing his job, right? There's 3 people looking at him right now. He's making space. He would be killing these people if he had health, but he's shielding because he's in danger, right? Again, you're in here fighting a monkey, doing 0 damage because you're shooting the bubble. You fade backwards. Still hanging out over here. Oh look, your Rein's still injured. Great. Your Rein's making big plays. Please, yes. Okay, great. Finally, you coalesce. Maybe you can save him. Okay, save your oh man. Oh yeah, your Cassidy dies. Where was your Cassidy? Your Cassidy dies back here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, nothing you can do about that. All right, now you're like, okay, you're trying to injure them. You can't kill them with beat. Beat gives people 900 health. That's what all these green ticks are. That's 900 health. It's not even worth it to attack them, as Moira, at least. It's not even worth your time to attack them. Just keep your people up. That's the most important thing. Like, you see that you're not doing any damage to her. Okay? Just keep your Rein up. Right? Your Rein will do damage for sure. Okay, again, you're really obsessively trying to kill this Winston. It's not really your job to kill the Winston, right? So let's look at this. So your Genji's down to half, okay? Let's watch. Your Genji's down to half. Isn't getting a healing because you're not healing him, right? He's been blading. He's at half health. He's at half health, right? Still at half health. Now he's at 1 and he goes in, right? And then he dies. You could have saved him by having him. It was a mistake from the dash in. Let's be clear. That's a mistake by him. But a big part about supports is that you help other people, other teammates recover for their mistakes. And you're not doing that because you're not healing your Genji, which is way more valuable than the 40 damage a second you're doing against the Winston, right? Keeping your Genji at full health means he does not die instantly here. And you have one more person to win this fight. Okay, again, play behind the cart. Right? Don't play in front of your Winston. You should die here, right? The Junkrat should have acknowledged the fact that you were really low when he came out and killed you instantly. Right? By the way, you should use melee to finish rebuilds a little faster. Okay, you somehow capped the first round. Honestly, I think you played very poorly. Let's watch the defense. Alright, they're coming out. You throw damage orb. I think it's a little early, right? But I guess it ended up working out okay. Okay, again, you walk forward. You just walk in a straight line up to the edge as though you're like, I probably won't get shot here, right? And then you take 100 damage right away. If you will die like at least 75% of the time that you try to pull this in the future. Just don't do this. It's not your job. It's not your job to kill the Winston. It's not your job to deter the Winston. That is not your job. And then you fade because you get scared and now you're off high ground, which makes you vulnerable to the Winston, and it prevents you from doing your one job, which is keeping your tank alive. He's high ground, you're low ground. Now what are you going to do? Right? Now you're like, oh, I guess now your tank has to drop. Okay. Now you're trying to save your Cassidy. Right? He wins his one-on-one. Great. Right? DPS diff. Oh, no, he's couldn't the Lucio. Okay, this is the time. Like, yeah, if you want to right click there, yeah, that's fine. Right? Nobody's under any pressure. Right? You come back. Right? Your Cassidy. I don't think you throw heal over there. He's already being pocketed by Mercy. Right? We already know. Right? Mercy heals 60 health a second. Moira does 50 damage a second. It is literally, even your Cassidy had 5 health. It's literally impossible for him to die to the Moira unless she has damage orb. Right, so I think you can just safely damage here. Right, finally get a chance to DPS. Right, great, get a kill. Okay, again, you're like, oh wait, there's a soldier. You're unbelievable arrogance. Oh yeah, the soldier's just not gonna hit any shots against me. I'm gonna keep. No, this is actually. extra insane. Now you're pushing into the soldier at like close range, who's thankfully missing all of his shots. You will die for this so many times in the future. Now you're crazy low. Should have died there. And if you die there, it's probably you lose the point. Like you die, lose point. I always assume that. I always assume if I make a mistake, my team will lose. Right? I think everyone should be under the mentality. If I make a mistake, I deserve to lose. And the way you don't lose is that you don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that you'll win necessarily, because other teammates can make mistakes. But if I make a mistake, I always feel like, yep, that's my bad. Right? These are mistakes. You trying to walk up to the soldier at their spawn to challenge is a mistake. So I noticed you do this a few times when you throw orb. Don't push the button and then hold it. Like this. Like you just hold it there where you're like trying to decide. Don't do it at all until you're ready to throw it, right? And immediately do like E right click, E left click, whatever it is. Because when you hold it, then you can't do anything else. You know what I mean? Like you can't react, you can't heal, you can't drain. Like you have to throw the orb. So don't even bother hitting the button until you've already decided what you're gonna do. Again, standing in front of your Rhine, taking a ton of damage. Right? Okay, your Rhine's in. You're out of healing range. Right? Again, your Rhine stops swinging, stops applying pressure because you're not healing him. If you are with that Rhine the whole time, he just keeps walking into their team and just kills everyone right now. If you are with your Rhine there, he walks in and he kills the whole team. Another bad fade. Alright, so you throw healing orb. Okay, heal your Rhine, please, please heal your Rhine. Okay, you heal so much more the damage that you do. Just heal your Rhine. Okay, he does a big shatter. Go aim for the injured people, like the low health people, not the tank, right? Almost never attack the tank, right? Heal. Okay, you missed a bunch of that healing spray, but it's fine. Okay, again, playing in front of your Rhine. Okay, you gotta pick. Again, playing in front of your, like, what are you doing over here? Not your job. Not your job. Not your job to control off angles. Not your job to go out and like deter the Lucio. Like, not your job. Don't worry about it. Like, you're not losing because people are like not controlling off angles or putting enough damage pressure, right? Your Rhine's doing a ton of work here. Okay. Ugh. So once again, right? Somehow you've ended up so far away from your Rhine. Okay. Like you're over here fighting this Lucio, right? You're healing. The Whittle did not need healing, right? Your Moira is already healing her. Right? Okay, you took some damage. Again, your willy-nilly orb throwing means that you are like lower than you would like to be. You fade over here for what reason? To go get the cast? He's like he's on high ground. It takes you forever to get up there. Just play with the Rhine. It's not your job. That's the Mercy's job. The Mercy's already on him. Right? Now your Rhine's in. Again, so far away. Okay, the whole team's here. You pop Coalescence. You should die here. You should instantly die here. You are so close to the enemy team and you're already half health. You should die here. Right? You're not, right? Mostly because of luck and the fact that your Rhine's generating a ton of space. But you should die there for sure. Okay, actually, you know what? In the interest of time, I'm just going to fast forward, because like the advice ends up being the same, right? Which is stay with your tank, heal, don't use fade unnecessarily, don't go chasing after like other fights. Let's figure out what happens at the very end of the game. Alright, so you're waiting for people to spawn. You guys have lost that fight. You're in that fight, you threw that orb way too late, he's already dead. Okay, they Coalescence. Your Rhine goes in. Really unfortunate. I don't know that's the right call. Okay, they forces beat, which is fine. Okay, just keep your Rhine up. Just keep your Rhine up. Right, you have Coalescence here. Just keep your Rhine up. Okay, I think targeting Lucio's over here is okay because you have plenty of health. He shatters. That's a bad shatter because you guys already won the fight, but you know, people make mistakes. Okay, wait, how did Fate just get triggered here? Okay, again, you just like way in the front line, right? Do you see a Rhine between you and the enemy? No? You are too close to the enemy. Right? Now you fade backwards. And now you're not with your Rhine. Now you're just zapping the ground for some reason. You're not with your Rhine. Okay, you're back to your Rhine finally, right? Who again could not be aggressive because you were not with him. Maybe that was a big opportunity for him to kill the team. I don't know. We'll never know. Well, actually, we could use replay and figure it out. Again, not healing the Rhine. Most important thing, heal the Rhine. Heal the... Oh, man. Okay. So again, yeah, it's like Blossom here, but... Your Rhine could potentially have killed the rest of their team before this Blossom happens if you had kept them up. Instead of doing this thing where, again, you fade way out of position. Then you go chasing after the side person. Your Mercy's got it. right? It is what it is. Like your mercy, like you have to trust your teammates to do their job. Okay. Now again, you haven't thrown heal orb, even though you could have. All right, your Ryan potentially could have charged and killed that Reaper, right? A lot of things could have played out differently if you'd been healing people instead of not healing people. Okay, now you're challenging this Reaper, not your job, right? The Reaper missed the shot, which is how he did not kill you there. All right, I'm gonna watch this from the Reaper's perspective to show you just how easy. Okay, 2, 3, 4. See how he missed that shot? I knew it. Like, you should have been dead right there. That was not a reactive fade. He just missed, full out misses this shot. All right, that's half shot, full shot, way miss, right? You see how badly he missed? Even if he just half, like, did a half shot on you, you die there, right? Just don't do that. It's just there's no reason to do that, right? Like, he's a DPS for a reason. Like, you're not gonna win that. Okay, hey, again, what is your job? Is it to injure this 200 health soldier? Is it to injure this 200 health Lucio, right? Is it to injure, you know, any of these other guys back here? No, it's to heal your Rhine. Your poor Rhine. Holy shit. I feel so bad for your Rhine. Okay. Again, she's Terra Surge. Okay, your Rhine does a great job blocking it. Great. Again, like, now it's hard for you to keep up with the damage because you haven't been healing him the whole time. And he can't swing now because of how low he is. Okay, he does a good pin, right? You gotta, yep, and now you have no juice. Okay, again, he shatters. I think you throw heal orb here, right? You have two really injured people plus a Rhine behind you. You throw a heal orb right here, it bounces back and heals all three of you, right? Heal. Okay, I think healing your Mercy, like you try to heal Mercy. Okay, but you have to go back to your Rhine now. Your Mercy's fine. Great. I think you guys should win this. I'm pretty surprised if you don't. Yeah, you guys win this. Okay, so number one, don't play in front of your Rhine. Number two, don't go pick fights with DPS. Number three, watch your healing mechanics, right? You're often healing, you're missing people with heals, you're healing them when they're already healed, you're running out of juice really, really quickly. And number four, your primary goal is to heal your tank. I think just keep it simple. I think those 4 tips are probably good. Hopefully that was helpful.